Hello, community, and welcome. This is Kira. Quick introduction. I am a lawyer, I'm a counselor, I'm a criminologist, and I'm a social worker. So I'm excited to be here today to share with you on YouTube. Today, we'll do some readings, some inspirational readings, inspirational writings, poems, and hopefully at the end of the reading, we will discuss, some of the things we understand from the poem. So let's go. So I get inspiration on a daily basis from, things that happen to people, things that happen in the community, things that happen in the society, and generally things that happen in the world. Today's inspirational writing we're going to be looking at is titled Inner Peace. And before doing that, let's just briefly, talk about peace. We're going to be looking at peace in the world. So, when I think of peace, peace for me is when I have contentment. I'm content with my life, um, with my simple life, stress free life, and just generally non complicated life. So maybe that's me being in my own utopia, but that's my own definition of having peace. Wikipedia discuss and defines peace as a state of harmony in the absence of hostility and violence, in the environment. In society, peace is commonly used when there is lack of conflict, i.e., when there's no conflict, such as war, or when there's freedom from the fear of violence. So when there's no violence, there's peace. Um, for example, if there's violence between two tribal communities, then there's no peace in that community. Yeah. So JOBAN, I think that's how to pronounce the word, defines peace as absence of physical or structural violence. And then Albert Einstein discusses and defines peace as when there's law and order in a place or in a society, as well as not just law and order, there has to be justice also. So that's peace in his own definition. So all over the world, I know that, with COVID, that's changed the world a lot. For me, COVID was a real kicker. It awakened me to the importance of creating and having peace in my environment, and for us to avoid chaos and fear as much as possible. So we have chaos all over the world. There's destruction, there's domestic violence, and we have other forms of violence all over the world. When you look at peace, or me, when I look at peace anyway, there are a lot of things that can affect my peace of mind, and that would include what happened during COVID, that would include domestic violence, that would include lack of peace in the community and in the society. And so many things, can be interpreted as affecting one's peace of mind. Okay, let's look at the society, for example. Things are so expensive these days. Um, we have situations where when you go to the market and you take a certain amount of money, you're going to buy maybe a quarter of what you would have bought a month ago with the same amount of money. So in that situation, you're always on edge. You don't know how much your money is going to buy you when you go to the markets. Then we have local drivers who, for example, may be driving against traffic. You're apprehensive when you're on the road. You don't know whether this crazy driver is going to ram into your own vehicle, and so you have to be extra careful. And so that affects the sanity you're supposed to have when you're driving. That affects your peace of mind. We have situations where riders like Okada drivers, will be driving towards you, and they'll be flashing you that you're on the right side of the road. They'll be flashing you to move for them because they're coming. So that's really crazy. So those guys drive on one-way traffic, and We have people who violate traffic lights. They do not wait when the light is red. You're supposed to stop, and you'll see people driving through the red lights. I mean, that's crazy. You're apprehensive. You don't know whether the other side that has the green light can go when somebody that has red lights is going also. So we have people disobeying traffic lights, and then we have people who dart into traffic. Street traders, they sell food for people who are driving in traffic, or people who are riding buses in traffic, and are maybe going to work in the morning or leaving work in the evening. And so they sell food inside the traffic. We have people who dart into traffic and sell food to them. So that's endangering themselves, and that's endangering others also. Then we have parents who are so um, in tight situations, especially these days. It's really difficult for parents to be able to afford to pay school fees. I mean, you can't just send your kids to any school now. Before you know it, school fees is due. So I do not know how parents are able to meet their burden, or able to meet their obligations, which now become burdens, sometimes, because they have to start wondering, how am I going to pay school fees for my child? So in that situation, that parent doesn't have peace of mind. Then we have electricity prices and costs surging like every other month. The prices go up. Price of electricity goes up, price of gas, petrol in the petrol station goes up. Transportation prices surging because the transport providers have to buy gas in their vehicles, and so they're increasing the cost of transportation. And with all this, nobody's salary is going up or increasing. So people do not have peace of mind. You're wondering, where are you going to get money for tomorrow's obligations? People don't have peace of mind. They don't have peace in their hearts, and then there's no peace in the environment. In society and generally in the world, people are scared. People are displaced because of wars here and there. And then we have different types of losses also that contribute to one's peace of mind. First of all, somebody might fall ill. They don't have peace of mind. They don't know what's the situation going to be tomorrow. They don't know how they're going to pay the medical costs for one. We have loss of employment. In that situation, can you imagine losing your job? In that situation, you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, right? I mean, you have car notes, you have rent or mortgage that you have to pay. You have to buy groceries for food. And so many situations affect one's peace of mind. If you don't have a job, how are you going to, fulfill those obligations? Then we have loss of lives. During COVID, that was really, like I said, an eye-opener and a scary experience, and I hope we never have to encounter such a, time period again. That was really scary. I wasn't sure if that was the end of the world. We saw people or heard of people dropping and just dying. It was a scary thing. It was so depressing at time that, you could not, everybody was on lockdown. So there was no peace anywhere. We lost people during COVID. I'm sure practically everyone in the world today knows of somebody that they lost during COVID. Loss of pets, loss of marriages, or loss of relationships. So those are all losses that obviously creates disharmony within the body. Can you imagine somebody who's going through a divorce, for example? You have to, if they file in court, you have to go through the divorce proceedings. You have to divide the property. You have to suss out what is community property, what is private or separate property. You have to fight for custody of the children, and where the children going to stay. Everybody's destabilized. You don't know which parent is going to stay in the household, which parent is going to have the kids. When are the kids going to come and stay with mom, or when are they going to stay with dad? Dad has 3 days, mom has 4 days, or dad has 4 days, mom has 3 days in the week to have the children. And there's just a lot of chaos. And then the issue of paying child support is also very traumatic on both parties. And so In situations like that, it can lead to loss of your home, it can lead to loss of peace of mind. I mean, there's no peace of mind in a lot of situations. And then we have loss of your residence, loss of your home, which could be caused by natural disasters. It could be earthquake, it could be flood, it could be famine, it could be hurricanes or tornadoes, or all sorts of losses. So there's so many types of losses in the world that are directly and indirectly relating to one's peace of mind. And so a lot of the ones I mentioned are external, that we cannot control. For example, when there's an earthquake, you can't control that. Or when there's a flood in a place and it washes away all the property, you cannot control that. But there's one thing you can control. For example, the Okada rider that I mentioned, who's driving on driving and facing you in traffic on a one way traffic. You are on the right side and he's flashing you to get off the road. So you, in that situation, you just have to make sure you maintain your peace, you maintain your sanity, and try and be mindful. You have to just move out of the way for him, because he might actually ram into your own vehicle. So you can do that peacefully, intentionally, and calmly. And maybe you can try to get his license plate number, and call the authorities, because somebody like that needs to be reported. That's a danger to the society, and that's a danger to one's peace of mind. So you can control your own self, but you cannot control external activities or external environment. So all this sort of peace, peace affecting, or peace stressors in society affect one's peace of mind. So like I said, those are mainly external peace of mind, external factors affecting one's peace of mind. Now, let's look at inner peace. This is a type of peace that I would refer to, in my own opinion, as the sort of peace that I may be able to work towards, I may be able to control, because that inner peace is what the sort of peace that you have within yourself. You can work on that, and you can work on creating a better sense of wholeness for you. You can work on your own inner peace. And if you are able to get that inner peace of mind, the peace that is within you, within your own self, then you can be reasonably okay, and you might be able to survive in this world with relatively, peace of mind. So to be able to attain inner peace, we must be able to reshape our thinking and reshape our own behaviors. Because like I said, you can control your own behavior, you cannot control the external behavior or external factors. For example, the situation I just gave with the Okada rider who is driving towards you on a one-way road. You can work towards ensuring that you don't let this guy mess you up, and you don't let him ram into your own vehicle. So by trying to be rational and maintain your own peace, and try and move out of the way, you can control your own self in that way. You cannot control what he does. So we must keep working on our own peace of mind. We have to continuously tune our minds and our own hearts to be able to balance the chaos in society with the peace of mind that you want, within you. So that's one of the ways you can attain your own peace of mind. I think that you want to create an environment that is peaceful, calm, serene for yourself. So I think if we're able to look daily at one thing you're grateful for, if we're able to, acknowledge that, I have gratitude. For example, I'm alive today. I have that gratitude. I'm grateful to God because I know somebody else did not wake up today. And I'm thankful to God, and I pray for the soul of those who did not wake up today. So we must look at positivity instead of negativity. For example, if you look at how the birds fly in the sky, just sit out there, take a minute or a few minutes for yourself daily to appreciate nature, appreciate the work of God, appreciate good things in life, and don't just let negativity weigh you down. Look at how the birds fend for themselves, um, and how they're able to survive in the skies. And look at how flowers, grow. You water the plant, and the seed, and it becomes a plant. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that a miracle? And then you also can look at the miracle of life and death. I mean, that is, you know, a miracle. That's the only way you can describe it. It's a miracle. People are born daily. Look at the miracle of childbirth, for example, also. I mean, it's miraculous. It's just wonderful. A mom goes into the labor and delivery room and gives birth to a whole human being. Can you imagine a whole human being comes out of the mother? That is something to be grateful for, and that is something, that's a miracle. So you have to just daily appreciate and look for something, no matter how tiny, something to be grateful for. So I hope that I'm going to read the poem that I just mentioned, or maybe it's an inspirational writing. I'm going to read it, and I'm hoping that at the end of it, maybe somebody who might be going through trying to find their peace of mind might pull something from this poem that I'm going to read, or from this writing that I'm going to, this inspirational writing. Maybe you're able to pull something that might resonate with you, and that might work and help towards you getting your peace of mind. So here we go. And the title of this is Inner Peace. I yearn for inner peace. I seek for inner peace. Inner peace is what I crave, so that I can be happy both on the inside and outside. With inner peace, I can release my fears and reservations. With inner peace, I can respect others, and I can respect myself. With inner peace, I can cherish and make the best of every day, With inner peace, I can appreciate and respect His Excellency's work. His Excellency's work is evident all around me. With inner peace, I am able to appreciate the miracles of life and death. With inner peace, I can understand that there are things that happen in this world that I may not be able to explain, and that I may not be able to control, but I accept it. With inner peace, when His Excellency says, time is up, then time is up. With inner peace, I can refuse to be a victim of any kind, because I know that I am equally created with every other person in this temporary space that we are all sharing, called the world. With inner peace, I can be kind to others. I can show empathy, and I can show sympathy. With inner peace, I can deal with my pains, my trials, and my tribulations. With inner peace, I can function better as a member of my local, state, national, and international communities. With inner peace, whether you are male or female, whether you are fat or thin, whether you are tall or short, and whatever color you do choose to be, you are happy with you, because that's your choice. With inner peace, whether you are from Africa, America, Antarctica, Europe, Asia, or wherever you do choose to be from, you are happy with you, because that is your choice. After all, I will not be here, and you will not be here, but for the sake of the giver of comfort, the seeker, the giver of love, for the sake of the giver of life, the giver of death, the excellent, the omnipotent, the merciful, the spiritual, the giver of inner peace. So, community, I hope somebody was able to pull something out of, what I have just read. And I want us all to be cognizant and aware of the impact that peace of mind, inner peace, and peace generally in society and in the world has on each and every one of us. So please subscribe, like, and share. And let me know what gives you inner peace. Are you still searching for peace? And what steps would you be taking to find that peace of mind that you're looking for? So let's take it one step at a time. And I can assure you that if you walk towards it, you would definitely find your inner peace. So until next time, let's be kind to one another. Let's be intentional. And let's be happy. Thank you.